Thank you. First of all, I want to thank you all for coming and testifying today. Your expertise is very much appreciated and needed by us. So my question is this. Think about your audience here. You're talking to the United States Senate, who don't have your level of expertise or your boots on the ground experience on this issue, but want to know what we can do to help you do your jobs better. And that is my question to each of you. First of all, please use some time to say what you wish you would have been asked that you weren't. And also say, what do you want us to know that would allow us to help you? Mr. Bonham.
I could use your help on 3 things, and then I'll tell you what I wish you had asked me. First, I do think there's value in considering memorializing the secretarial orders in the sense that congressional direction motivates. Second, Ranking Member Lummis, it's not just a money issue, but these are construction projects and they cost.
Yeah.
The bipartisan infrastructure law sent $350 million to the Federal Highway Administration. My department is spending $90 million. We're going to need an infusion of capital when it's warranted. Third, one of the biggest challenges is collaboration between government entities. For far too long, Richard and I have been talking in the wildlife space, and we need to have this conversation with the transportation space. Mm-hmm. We need to be encouraged, cajoled, persuaded, motivated. It's the 2 entities, wildlife and transportation together, that can change this dynamic. Here's what I wish you would have asked me. When would I like to come to Jackson and go fishing with you on the Snake River?
That can be arranged, and I love to fish, even though I'm a lousy fisherman.
Me too.
But I suspect that is not true. You're welcome anytime, and I would relish the opportunity. Thank you. Ms. West.
Thank you. And Senator, I'll just say I know a number of outstanding anglers that we could provide to make the trip valuable for you both. Thank you for the opportunity. I would have liked to have been asked a little bit more about where the funding for the work to date focused on big game has come from. It's been the programs under Secretarial Order 3362 have been discretionary in purpose and have been funded with reprogrammed funds, which means every year my good colleagues who are relying on this funding and their colleagues in other states and tribes wonder if there will be another year of funding. And for 5 years, that's been fine, I think, and everyone's been grateful for that assistance. But we're at a point where I think we can claim success, and it would be really valuable to the project proponents who are working on crossing projects or fence removal projects to be able to plan years out, to have some dedicated, reliable funding so they can work on multi-year projects, because research for all kinds of wildlife takes more than 1 year of data collection to really have a good sense for how things are going. So I think I'd want you to know that. And also, back to Director Bonham's testimony and opening remarks, that this is a fixable issue. I may go so far as to say it is mostly a money problem, and not that we have limited amounts of money in this country, but we have the foundation of strong leadership at the local level and at the state government level, and we have people rolling up their sleeves to do good work, and if they had more resources, more good work could be done. Thank you.
And Mr. King, and excuse me if I have to bug out halfway through your statement for another meeting, but thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you for the invite, and thank you for the opportunity. I would just state simply that a recognition that the states really are the right entity to lead these efforts. We have great data. We have good wildlife managers. We know what we're doing. We have a proven track record. And I think that just a simple recognition that because of the importance of state-led conservation efforts and the importance of private lands, that more regulation probably isn't the answer, but more cooperation certainly is. And so anything that we can do to ensure that all entities are working together and are pulling in the same direction is critically important for us. And I think lastly, just to reiterate that recognizing that this really is a multidisciplinary effort. It does involve transportation departments, it does involve wildlife agencies, it does involve extractive natural resource producers and private landowners. There's a lot of people that play a role in wildlife conservation, and the recognition that we can achieve great things if we work together is probably the simple message I would leave with you today.
Thank you, witnesses, and I yield back to the chairman with my thanks for this panel of witnesses and this topic. It's timely. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your leadership on this issue.
Thank you.